Hello, and I'm Nick Siegel, and this is
Darby Hayes.
And we are doing some Good Morning KU with you. Right now, there's a lot of controversy over what is our producer's last name. So, I mean, what do you think it is?
I'm starting to think it's Lewis. He promised me that it was Lewis. He's shaking his head yes right now, but I don't know. There's part of me, I think he might be lying a little bit.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is whoever can tell us what Dean's last name is, they'll do a meet and greet with me and Darby on our schedule, though. And whoever can send in Dean's last name to the KU Media Crossroads Twitter first, meet and greet. But other than that, how about that Tiger Woods this weekend, man?
Were you wearing red?
I was not. Actually, what happened was when it was like 1 in the afternoon, so it's like that's usually when like the people are teeing off.
Yeah.
But since they moved it up for weather, I had no idea. So I'm like, oh, Tiger's in the lead. Like, so I walked out of the room. I was like, the afternoon people still have to tee off. And then it's like I just get all these notifications like a minute later. Tiger wins the Masters.
Yeah, we got up at like 8:30 for it.
Really?
We were up watching the whole thing.
Really?
It was fun to watch.
Dang, I just watched the last whole thing. It was like, this isn't special. Why is everyone going crazy right now?
The only like sad part about it was how like, I mean, it was cool how everybody was cheering for Tiger, but like Molinari, when he hit that, he like chipped one and went short into the water on 15, I think. Everybody just went crazy, like cheering about it when he hit it in the water.
Yeah,
but
you don't like to see sportsmanship like that at all, man. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo, man.
Really?
Really, yeah. So any suggestions on what I should get?
I don't know. I don't know too much about you.
Do you know a lot about tattoos, though?
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that sucks, man. Well, maybe I won't get one. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing today. So we're going to shoot it to news next. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll be right back.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
It's William Allen White Week at the University of Kansas. Every year, this journalism school awards one recipient who is an outstanding journalist. This year, Sally Buzbee, the executive editor of the Associated Press, has the award. Welcome, Sally Buzbee.
Thanks so much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so let's start with the beginning. You chose to come to KU. You're from Olathe. What made you choose journalism?
Oh, that's a great question. When I first came to KU, I didn't actually necessarily know that I was interested in journalism. I think when I first got here, I thought I was going to end up, I was studying English, I was interested in literature, and I thought that I wasn't sort of brave enough to be a journalist. I was interested in journalism, and I read a lot of journalism and watched a lot of journalism, but I just didn't think that I was like the right personality type to be a journalist. That was very much sort of in the time of like all the president's men, and I thought you sort of had to be the kind of person who would go pound on doors in the middle of the night to be a journalist, and I didn't think that was how I was. Probably when I think I was a sophomore and I started working on the Kansan, and it was so much fun. Not just socially, although it was fun socially, but it also was just so interesting. Like I got to go out and talk to people and interview people, and I got to write stories and say what was going on. And it just really started to just appeal to me a lot. And so then I started taking journalism classes and got into the school and really enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, well, I'm going to bring it back a little bit before we wrap it up here. What advice do you have for students, journalism, just students in general here at KU? What can they do to put themselves in a good position to be a great journalist?
So I think the most important thing is to learn, take advantage of your good professors to learn analytical thinking, like really strong thinking. I mean, the most important things for a journalist are not what technology you know how to use or anything like that. It's like, do you know how to think? Do you know how to ask tough questions? Do you know how to ask good questions? Do you know how to get information? Do you know how to tell a story, right? Whether you're telling the story in video, whether you're telling the story in photography, whether you're writing, or some combination of all those things. So think about storytelling and think about how to get information from people and focus on those sort of core skills. And then I think when you start looking for jobs or internships, the most important thing is to work with good people. That's the single most important thing. You want to work with good people who you can learn from. Because to me, and I got a great education from here, but like the education I got from my first 5 to 10 years on the job was like the really important thing. And so like I learned from, you want to find hard jobs that challenge you. You want to work with good people because you're going to learn so much from them. That's my best advice.
Okay, that's great and much needed. Okay, so my last question, one of my friends really wanted me to ask you this. What is your opinion on the Oxford comma?
On the Oxford comma? Oh my God, what a terrible question.
Okay, well, it's not
I
mine.
haven't told anyone this. I actually, I like a sequence where there is, it says, I'm eating bananas, comma, strawberries, no comma, and apples. That's my personal preference. But, I try to, AP style is decided by a whole bunch of smart people who talk to people who care deeply about the subject and people who are, casual users and all this kind of stuff. And I have always loved that. I don't know why. To me, it just looks cleaner and it just looks better some way.
That's how I feel too.
Right, but I feel that it is very responsible of me as executive editor to not impose my personal beliefs on AP style.
Got it.
So,
Understood.
I mean, the thing I love people who love language and who care so deeply about it. And so much of AP style is really, it's not even about, language matters because like the way we talk about things like, I don't know, people's sexual preference or something like that is enormously important. It has enormous power, right? And so to me, what I love about AP style is that it's always vital and fresh and always being, like we're in a state of constant reexamination. Any rules that we have, there's a committee in AP that is constantly talking to people who care about this deeply, both inside and outside AP, and sort of constantly examining, are we doing the best things with our style, right? And that's what I love, is that it's substantive. It's not just about the language. The language actually determines, how people think about things and stuff.
Right.
But my personal just like preference is that way. So.
Okay, well, got it. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me and
my pleasure.
Answering all my questions for you. I think that's all that we have for today. But everyone, Sally Buzbee.
Have a nice day. You too. Have a great day. Thanks. You too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Hi, I'm Emily.
And I'm Meredith. This is your news for Tuesday, April 16th.
The fire that burnt the iconic Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris has been extinguished after an intense effort was made to save the more than 850-year-old church. The Paris Fire Service announced through Twitter that they came to grips with the blaze at around 3:30 this morning after nearly 12 hours of battling the fire. 2 policemen and 1 firefighter were injured, but there have been no fatalities.
In the U.S., Democrats are likely to go into the convention next summer without a settled presidential nominee. Mainstream Democrats are worried that the indecisiveness of the party would be further complicated by the involvement of Bernie Sanders, who has announced his candidacy for the 2020 election. Sanders is already outraising his Democratic rivals in campaign funds and is well positioned early in the race for the nomination.
Actress Lori Loughlin has entered a plea of not guilty in the college admissions bribery scandal. Loughlin and her husband are facing charges of conspiracy to commit mail fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering in order to get their daughters admitted into the University of Southern California. If found guilty, they face up to 40 years in prison.
20 years ago, federal health officials declared that measles had been eliminated in the United States. This week, they reported the 555th case this year, which is on pace to surpass the 667 cases in 2014. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, part of the blame falls on the anti-vaccination movement. As of today, there are no reported outbreaks of the measles in Kansas, but Colorado and Missouri both have documented cases.
A new skateboard shop is opening in North Lawrence. Hoping to build off the rising popularity of the sport, the River Rat Skate Shop will share a space with Happy Shirt Printing Company in 608 North 2nd Street building. Justin Shiney owns both businesses and is an avid skateboarder himself. He said the shop will carry 15 brands of skateboards, including an in-store brand dubbed River Rat.
Tiger Woods won his 5th Masters tournament on Sunday, his 15th major title overall. It had been 14 years since his last Masters championship and 11 years since his last major PGA title. Woods took the lead with a birdie on the 15th hole and clinched the victory on the 18th when he tapped in a bogey putt that led to a 2-under 70 for the course. Woods is 3 titles short of the record 18 majors that Jack Nicklaus won during his PGA career.
And that's your news for Tuesday. Stay tuned for the weather. Nick and Adrian are going to update us with the beautiful weather.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
All right, what's up, guys? We're outside today, and we got the Wesco preacher, aka Paul, out here. You enjoying the weather today, Paul?
I'm enjoying it a whole lot, Nick. Good to be up without you here at the TV, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty good day. So,
Yes.
why are you out? You're known as the Wesco preacher. So, like, why do you come to campus every day? Like, what? Tell me your story.
The motivation is this: love for God and love for man. I wish not one person perish. I used to go to a college and for a couple of years, and then I opened up a business at a young age. But I've always had a passion since 1982 to come out and share the gospel, because so many people are seeking, like, what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? What is it all about? Where are we going? All those questions I think that we all ask, and then we try to fill it with a whole bunch of different thoughts, ideas, paradigms about what life's all about, and then we pursue it. And we never give thought that at any moment any one of us could die. Nick could die, I could live longer than all of you that are watching this program right now. It's a statistic that 10 out of 10 people die. You can't get around it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I care. I love people. I was on my way to Reno in 1982, young kid, $1,100 in my pocket. I wasn't thinking about God. I wasn't thinking about anything but having a good time. Most college campuses is like get drunk, get high, get laid. I think that's kind of the mentality, and pursue their careers, but they never think that at any moment they could die. 80, 90 years, life's like a good meal. You eat it, it's over. And then you stand before God. And my passion and my drive in life, especially in 1982 when it happened to me, God just showed me who he really was. And I've been reading the Bible. Now, some people will say, well, you were reading the Bible, that's why you had the experience. No, I was reading the Bible and I didn't want to read the Bible anymore, because I came to a part of the Bible where I thought it was nonsense. But I understood later that it wasn't. And I just stopped the reading Bible altogether. But I had an experience where God encountered me. And I believe if any man seeks truth, any woman seeks truth, they'll find it. They really will. If they want to know that there's a God and and he's real, he will reveal himself to them. For he's not far from any one of us if we would just seek him. But on that night, on my way to Reno, God encountered me. I had a powerful encounter. You probably heard me talk about it on this campus, about God, talking to my heart, speaking to my heart. And we think, well, we're humans, we communicate, we have language. Well, God can communicate. Of course he can communicate to his creation. And he spoke to me that night, showed me here's evil, there's good, why are you doing evil? I realized what I was doing, like we're all doing. We've all sinned, we've all fallen short of the glory of God. God paid the price for our sins. He died, he shed his blood. Jesus Christ, what about all the other religions? You might say that, but I say the proof's in the pudding. Jesus Christ rose from the dead. Confucius, Nick, he said this. He said, I'm not the way. Buddha's, his last words they recorded is seek the truth. Muhammad said, I don't know the purpose of life, but Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through me. And you can come to God. You can know God. No man spoke like Jesus Christ did. No, no man did what Jesus Christ did, because he just wasn't man. He was God walking on planet Earth. And he knows you, man. You might be dealing with a whole lot of stuff, and I'm just going to throw this out. You might be dealing with drug addiction, alcohol addiction. You might be thinking of suicide. You know, my wife was thinking of committing suicide. I would have never met her, but, you know, she had, you know, back in the day when they had cassette tapes, she put 2 cassette tapes together, one for her family, one for her friends. She went through some hard times, lost her, you know, soon-to-be boyfriend, husband. Her mom had cancer. Her brother was mentally retarded, and I think maybe it just passed away. And she wanted to end her life. But she had an encounter and an experience with God that changed her forever. And I'm telling you, God can break the power of addiction and sin in your life. I know that. Millions of other people know it. I'm not out here carting religion. I want people to know the living God and have a relationship with him, Nick. So that's why I'm here.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. And that's Paul, the Wesco preacher, man.
Hello and welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Adrian Campa here with your weather forecast. Now taking a look at current weather, as you just seen outside with Nick, we have some pretty nice conditions. It's partly cloudy with some breezy conditions with south-southwest wind out at 15 miles per hour, and it's a nice temperature of 75 degrees right now. Now looking into this evening, from 6 to 9 p.m., we'll have really nice temperatures, only getting down to around 71 degrees at 9 p.m., and our winds should remain pretty gusty still. So if you have any outdoor activities tonight, it will be a perfect night to be outside. Now for tonight's forecast, we have a low temperature of 62 degrees. We'll have cloudy skies, and again, it's still going to be pretty breezy with winds coming at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now for tomorrow's forecast, now this is when things are going to start to change. We'll have cloudy skies during the day and some PM thunderstorms. A few of these storms may be severe, and we'll have a high temperature of 79 degrees, south-southwest winds out at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and during the day an 80% chance of thunderstorms. Now the severe threat I was talking about, I'll step off for a second so I can talk about it. The little Jayhawk is representing Lawrence, and we are in a slight risk, and the main threats with these storms will be quarter-size hail, some wind gusts of 60 plus mile per hour, and some heavy rain possible. So tomorrow evening, this should start around about 5 p.m. and potentially last until midnight. So if you have any outdoor activities tomorrow, you'll definitely want to pay attention, because I know tomorrow is the start of the Kansas Relay. So you will definitely want to be weather aware and pay attention to any type of warnings that may be issued for our area. Now, extended forecast, we do have a little caution up for Wednesday, as we are expecting those thunderstorms to develop. But the good thing is, after tomorrow, conditions should start to dry out a bit for Thursday through Sunday. Only a slight chance of precipitation Thursday morning, just some lingering leftover showers from Wednesday. But besides that, we should have a pretty nice weekend for once. And Sunday, there is a 40% chance of thunderstorms developing in the evening. And again, Monday, there could be some more lingering showers, but our temperatures should pretty much really remain around normal this week and through the weekend. So that is all we have for you today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back next week.